Aloha Leos, welcome to your reading, your mid-month tune-up for February 2020. Keep in mind this is a general reading. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email and we can go ahead and set that up. Otherwise, let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, the universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Leos for the middle of February 2020? What do you see? What do they need to know to reach your higher ground, become closer to the universe and closer to the divine through your messages? Any messages that you have for their greater good would be appreciated. Again, this is for Leo, the middle of February 2020. What do you see? What do they need to know? Can you please show me general energies for Leo? What are the general energies for Leo? Three of Rods in reversed. And keep in mind, my 2020 Sun Moon readings are up on my playlist. I've completed them all. Your predictions. Also, in 2019 Sun Moon predictions are up in my playlist. Check those out. We have the World card in reversed in regards to your challenge. Ask me a question on Instago. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. The link below. Advice is the Five of Swords in reverse. And how will Leos be moving out of the middle of February and into March, or forward from this reading, and or forward from this reading? Eight of Cups in reverse. Wow, you got to go back, huh? Okay, so I'm getting, for general energies here, something's eluding you. You know, no matter how hard you're trying, you're seeing things that are out there that you want, opportunities, and no matter what, you can't get to them. And the Three of Wands sometimes reverse can be, you know, trying to reach for something, and the further you try to reach, the further away it gets. And you just, there's a frustration that kind of goes along with it. Like, why is this happening? You know, it gets further and further set back, or there's delays to what you want. So, I mean, you can see what you want, but you can't see to make it, you know, come around to you. And try as you may, it isn't happening. Sometimes this can be due to something being at a distance, a person being at a distance, communication problems of some sort. But it's just whatever efforts you put into it, it's almost like, you know, they were for naught, okay? Because nothing ends up happening, and it's a struggle. So the obvious challenge here is the World card in reverse. You can't complete something. You get so close to the end. I mean, you're so very close, going, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it. And then you don't get there. You know, it could be a project. You're getting right to the end of it, and then you're missing a piece, or you're missing something, or, you know, something's empty, or what have you. It's always, or, you know, right at the very end, you know, you're all about it. You have momentum. Everything's going. And then at the end, you lose focus. You get distracted, and then it doesn't end up happening. So that seems like that's what your challenge is here. We have the Five of Swords here reversed in regards to advice. And I almost feel like it isn't just you involved in this, okay? So I feel like there's at least one other party that's involved with this. And a lot of the reason why this isn't happening, or why this is kind of out of your reach or being put out of your reach, is because of this dynamic you have with this other person. So they kind of say that, or they're kind of saying that instead of kind of, you know, fighting with this person about why it's not working or what have you, be open to change. Okay, you know, say to this person, is there a better way we can go about doing this? You know, let's come up with another plan. Let's talk about this. You know, how can we relate to each other better so we can kind of, you know, we have similar goals, so, you know, what do we have to do to kind of get there? You know, and just kind of negotiate and go back and forth. And, you know, instead of the one person saying the other, well, you did this, and that's what's, you know, messing things up. Well, if you did this, and, you know, just, okay, let's let go of all that. We both did a lot of things. So let's kind of concentrate on what can we do now in the present to kind of work together and kind of make this move forward, is what I'm getting. Okay. So I don't feel like this is a single project. I feel like there's at least one person involved with this. So I see you doing that with this Eight of Cups here in reverse. So you're going back. You or this other person are kind of going back, because, you know, it's like you try something and it doesn't work out. That's not the best option. Let's go back to square one and figure this out. You go out and you try something else and you say, I'm not comfortable with this. Let's return back. So I feel like you and this person keep on returning back to home base to sort of figure things out and kind of work out the kinks. And figure out how can we best go about doing this? And you know, coming back and trying to figure that out. You do it more than one time. It's multiple times I feel like this happens. Because you can't wrap it up. You can't make it happen. So you have to keep on coming back until you do it right. Why is the Three of Rods here reversed? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages? Why is the Three of Rods here in reverse for Leos? Who is this person? What's this energy? Okay, part of what's holding this back is that there's this outcome. There's this, I mean, it's like you're idealizing a situation. So someone's idealizing an outcome of how it should actually turn out. And obviously, when we kind of do that, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I feel like someone is also very emotionally invested in this with the Queen of Cups. And when things don't go a certain way, then they become unhinged, okay? And they get really frustrated. They let their emotions kind of run the train. And they're like, why isn't this working out? Why isn't this happening? They get really emotional. And it's almost, you know, to the point of it really wears on you because they kind of blow up and they're, you know, you never know what to expect to them or how things are going to go. And it gets tiring after a while. So we have this Page of Swords here, and I'm getting with this Page of Swords, okay, you know, this isn't working the way that we're doing this, and it's not working the way I'm doing it, and you know, you and I together are doing it. So let's look at what other people are doing. Maybe we can learn from them. So I almost feel like you're looking at how other people, how they put together trains, or how they put together business, or what their business model is, or how they succeed in a relationship, and kind of like watching them and taking cues and taking pointers off of them so that you can, so this can have a measure of success to it, okay? Because you doing it by yourself or with this person isn't working. I mean, whatever you guys are doing, it's not working out. So it's time to look at some outside sources for help, or to copy what someone else is doing that has worked for somebody else, I feel like. Why is this World card here reversed? Who's this person? What's this energy for Leo? Additional messages, please, for the World card or reverse for Leo. Who is this person? What's this energy? Why is the World card here? Yeah, I mean, you can't get that. Whatever you try to do, it never gets off the ground. Everything is great in theory. In practice, it just doesn't seem to happen. It doesn't have the wind to keep the sails going. You know, it's like a lead balloon, it'll take off and then it kind of fails. So that's like part of the challenge here. And part of this is because whoever, you know, you are in this with, you guys argue a lot. You have a lot of different opinions on how things should be done. Maybe you know, you just aren't on the same page. So there's a lot of arguing going on. I think it should be done this way. That's kind of holding things up a lot. A lot of arguments going on, and sometimes they can get pretty heated. I mean, sometimes it's, you know, it gets to the point where some things are said, they can't be taken back. It's like a one-up, who's going to win sort of deal. You know, so instead of being like a team, you know, you guys are divided in that sense. And I think the only way that this can happen is if, you know, you're a team and you work together on this. And this is part of what's leading to the failure of this, whatever this is. I mean, this could even be a relationship, it could be a project, it could be building a business or what have you. So they're kind of saying here, you know, stop with the argument, kind of move past these things. That was then, this is now. What are we going to do with the present? This is what we have to work with now, okay? And the other person or other people, sorry about that. And the other person has some really strong opinions, I feel like, okay? But you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. You know, I feel like you're that type of person. And you just say, yeah, I understand that you feel that way, but, you know, we have to kind of move past this, okay? You're not the only one that has a stake in this game, okay? Iron in this fire. What's that saying? why is the Five of Swords here in reverse for Leos? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages. Five of Swords. Okay, because you realize the argument, everything that was going on before, it was getting you all no place. Okay, it really wasn't. I mean, a lot of energy was being put into stuff. There was a lot of ideas on how things should be done. There's a lot of arguing back and forth, but it really wasn't getting any place. I mean, nothing was changing. Nothing was going any place. There's a frustration that kind of goes along with it. You know, like you're running on this hamster wheel, and it's like, you know, why isn't anything changing here? So I believe, you know, the advice is recognizing, hey, this isn't going any place. So what do we need to do? We need to figure out where we're going to put our efforts in and what we're going to concentrate on. And we need to look at the long term here. We need to, you know, we need to keep on working at this, but we need to work at this smarter, is what I'm kind of getting from this. And the minute that you guys do this, I feel like things start to turn with this Ace of Cups. This whatever it is, this relationship, this project, this business starts being emotionally fulfilling. It's almost like you start this new, things open up and things are, you know, great again, and creativity is at an all-time high and things are moving along. And, you know, the two of you have an understanding, a caring for one another like you've never had before. It's almost like, you know, and new ideas are being birthed, so to speak. So I think it's going to be a turning point, or they're saying, realize this is a turning point. Once you acknowledge kind of what's going on, you forgive each other, realize what you're doing isn't working, you have pause, you say, okay, this isn't working, this is what we have to do to, you know, we need to reconsider how we're investing in this in order for this to be potentially successful. And the minute that turning point happens, they're saying the advice is when you're going to start, you know, a new beginning and start seeing the rewards of that. So why is this Eight of Cups here in reverse? Who's this person with this energy? Additional messages for the Eight of Cups in reverse for Leos as they move out. Middle of... Yeah, so I feel like you're going back, you're trying to reinvent, you're trying to figure things out. We have the Aquarius card here. So either you or the other person also are realizing, wow, we've been through a lot, or I've been through a lot, but look, we came out of it. And we really went through hell, but now look at where we are now. Look at how much we figured out. I must feel like it was a learning process. Like we had to go through that to get to this, as part of what I'm getting in regards to that. We have this King of Swords here in reverse. So, I mean, I don't like the King of Swords in reversed. He is somebody that is very cunning. He doesn't say very nice things. And I'm wondering if this is just a side to this person where they always have something to say. They're argumentative. Things can be going really, really well, and you can come out of something, and then they always like have something they have to say. I kind of got that energy from them. Like they always had to feel like they're right or they're winning, or, you know, and I feel like with this person, they're a difficult personality to manage. Maybe that's why the Eight of Cups is here. You know, it's kind of like going back and going, okay, well, here we go. How are we going to move forward with this? Okay, and then, you know, it's like 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, because every so often this side to them kind of comes out, which I feel like they're just hardwired to kind of do this. But I feel like you end up moving on victoriously. So, you know, you go through hell, you come out of it, things turn around, things get better, and you do move on from it. You move on confident, things are great. Again, I feel like this person's always going to be a thorn in the side. I think you learn just how to manage their personality. It's just sort of a necessary evil that goes along with this, because they kind of flip-flop. It's almost like, you know, you have to get them on board for a lot of things, or kind of deal. They're a little bit cantankerous, so to speak, I feel like, and you always have to position things to seem like they got what they wanted, even though they didn't. You know what I mean? Like, you know, give them two options that you could care less about to choose from, but they're going to feel like, oh, well, you know, they're giving me these two options to choose from. So, you know, but you aren't losing because you don't really care either way what they choose. I guess that's the only kind of way that I can position that. But that's what I'm getting from that. So, whoever story this is, if it resonates, consider a personal reading. Just send me an email. We can set that up. Check out my 2020 and my 2019 Sun Moon predictions in my playlist. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and we're donating the link below. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.